Adam is with us in Toronto. Hey, Adam, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, how you doing, Dave?
Good, man. What's up?
Oh, nothing. Well, I shouldn't say nothing, quite a bit, but just a little bit of a recap. Back in 2016, my wife and I did, as you say, stupid with zeros on the end of it. Spent a lot, and 2017 paid off about $65,000 of debt in 11 months. And I never did end up getting down for a debt-free screen, but anyway, fast forward now, in the last, I guess, couple of years, COVID has kind of destroyed my industry there. I'm a pilot, and in Canada here, it really took a bad hit. It's just kind of recovering now. And so with the stress that kind of brought some marriage issues along with it. And wife is in a really bad spot right now. I guess we both kind of are. And is not sure if she wants to work on the marriage or what she wants to do, and we're kind of in this stalemate. But in the resulting kind of aftermath is that she's decided that she's going to spend however she wants to spend and kind of go back to, she's saying we make too much money. There's no way I should have to have any restraint. And so kind of spending about, I'd say about $2,000 a month over what we make. And as a result, I've kind of depleted our emergency fund almost down to nothing. She signed up for an elective surgery to the tune of about $10,000, and when kind of questioned on the timing of it, she just said, well, I'm either we fund it somehow through us, or I'm just going to look at my own credit card and do it myself. And so, but every time I bring up finances to her to talk about it, she says, you're obsessed with money, you've got to stop being so obsessed. But I'm trying to just bring her to the reality that we're spending more than we make, and we're kind of gradually bankrupting the family. We've got 4 young children, and trying to put money aside for them as well, and retirement now that we're kind of both getting back on our feet. We do make good money, but the reality is we're just spending way too much, and she has no desire to even talk about it. She'll stonewall me every time I try to bring it up, and I'm worried that I'm going to tip her over the edge in the marriage if I talk too much about finances. But if I
your marriage is already gone.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's if I feel like I'm kind of giving the drunk a drink.
No, you didn't hear me. You
didn't
hear me. Your marriage is already gone.
Yeah, well, I mean, she does give indications that she does want to make it work.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Not ready to do it right now.
No, she doesn't. People that do the things and say the things that she's doing have no desire for this marriage to continue.
Yeah.
When you say things like, if you don't pay for this $10,000, I'm just going to put it on a credit card. Screw you. You don't have a vote. This is not a marriage. This is not someone that has a marriage anymore that wants to work at all. And so what I would do if I were in your shoes is you would say, I'm going to go see a marriage counselor, and it's either going to be with you on how we learn to get back on the same page and we have a future together that's going to include us both being grown-ups. And if you want to go with that, that's fine. If not, the marriage counselor is going to instruct me on how to bring this marriage to an end.
Yeah, we have done some counseling, and she has
work.
come a couple times. And just trying to get her to come back to it is the hard part, and she's very reluctant.
Yeah, you're begging this woman to do stuff. Then and she has no desire. She's obstinate. She's angry, and she's done. She's done. The marriage is over.
I mean, it's tough to say that because she does say that she still does want to make it work.
She's lying.
What she says is not what she's doing, and so that's the problem.
Yeah. And again,
people that want their marriage to work do not behave the way that she is behaving.
Yes, I would agree.
Okay. So she's lying.
And yes. Well,
elective surgery for $10,000 when you're broke and the family's in financial stress? That's so selfish and asinine, I can't even put words to it.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of my thought, too. And
it just is. It's a fact. Yeah. It's not an opinion. Yeah. That is her screaming in your face that she's done.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't really like to think of it that way, obviously, because it's not a nice outcome for anybody in this mess. And I think
I'm not sure you did it. I think you're just the one that's going to admit it.
Yeah. Now, I would agree with you going back a couple months that she was done. And however, she's had some influential people in her life in the last month or two that have helped bring her around. Her attitude has changed.
Well, then that would involve you guys getting with a good marriage counselor immedially.
Yes.
But that attitude needs to turn into action.
Yes, and she has admitted that is an option. I did confront her about it a couple of weeks ago, and I said, this is what I want to do. I had some referrals from the Focus on the Family, and she said, yes, that is an option. And so I'm just kind of trying to not push her because she doesn't.
No, I am going to push her.
It's not
you don't understand. Yeah. It's time to push her. It's time to push you. The house is on fire. It's burning down around you. Get out of the house. Push somebody.
Yeah, I am. I definitely am. I'm bringing stuff up fairly regularly, but I'm kind of teetering on the edge of not wanting to push her over one side to get her emotional side too engaged. I want to.
Honey, what you think is being nice is not nice. You think you think you can beg and be sweet and cause this to happen, and I'm not asking you to be mean to her, but you're acting like that you can beg her into wanting to do this. She has to stand up, square her shoulders, and say, I'm going to re-engage in this marriage and re-engage as two adults on how to run our household, and she has to do that under the heading of a therapist, and the two of you learn to work together again. You cannot beg her to behave.
Yes, I agree with that totally. It's I can't change her. She has to decide to do it. And it's a matter of we're trying to get obviously lots of prayer and other friends of influence to get around her.
Absolutely,
to change her heart and soften her up.
What Dave's saying is this is an emergency.
I'm just saying you guys need to be sitting with a counselor, and she needs to be going. And if she's not going, then we need to know we need to admit what that says.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But all this, there is not a financial technique that's the problem here. The financial problems and the financial spending are all about her obstinance, and you trying to talk your way around it to where it's all somehow okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It doesn't work that way. And so if Whitney decided to start telling George what she was going to do, George would have a thing. Where, here's what we're going to do. I don't tell Sharon what to do. She doesn't tell me what to do. We sit down, we talk about it like two adults. We devise a plan on how we're going to do the calendar, how we're going to do the budget, how we're going to live our life. We work together towards common goals. This is called a quality relationship in your marriage. But when people start throwing it around, they're just like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do, and they get the all head bobbing thing going. And
you shouldn't have got married.
Then it's you've got a mess on your hands, and you've got to go back and try to learn how to be married, and that takes both people. And you can't beg someone to behave. You cannot control someone else's behavior. Your behavior is the only thing you can control. And you put it in a situation to go, if you do this, then you're choosing to opt out. If you do this, you're choosing to opt in. But I can't make you choose. That's the only thing you can do is present options to her. But this idea of I'm going to let her go run our family and bankrupt us so that by being nice and letting her do stupid butt stuff that's going to ruin our family, then that causes her to go to counseling, that's a false narrative. That doesn't work. That's if the auspices for her going to counseling is because she got bribed by you putting up with a bunch of crap, then that is not how you start rebuilding this thing. So now you desperately, both of you need to sit in the counselor's room immediately, or you're not going to make it. And the spending stuff is just I'm not going along with it. And if you don't like it, it's part of what we can talk to the counselor about, or it's part of what we can talk to the divorce judge about. One of the two. It's one of the two. But I'm not going along with this, because it's not right. And I'm not suggesting you leave today. I'm suggesting that the two of you get into the counselor's office 4 years ago, but right now for sure. That's the only best option. Best time to plant an oak tree 10 years ago. Next best time is today.
Oh, yeah, that's a great quote. She sees him as basically a doormat at this point, because she knows, well, I'm just going to do what I want. He's not going to tell me off.
Yeah.
He's not going to have the conflict.
You have to stop being scared that you're going to cause the marriage to end by pushing the marriage to succeed. That is not going to work. It's not going to work. You're going to end up nowhere but bankruptcy court and divorce court at the same time. Oh, man.
Sorry
I'm
you're
so
going
sorry.
through that.
What a horrible thing you're going through. Yeah. I sure hope she comes around. I hope the two of you get in counseling, and I hope it saves your marriage. But, you participating in crazy is not going to make crazy go away.